Before we begin collecting our dip net sample, let's review the necessary equipment. You should have a dip net, a clipboard with field data sheet, a pencil and a compass, a large tote that will hold smaller trays and a screen, 2 small cooler trays to fit in the tote, a screen that fits over the trays, 1 to 2 sieves, 4 sample bottles, 2 squirt bottles, 1 filled with alcohol, 95 to 100% alcohol to fill the sample bottles, waders for the group, and labels for the sample bottles. You will collect 1 dip net sample per site. Each dip net sample consists of 2 dip netting efforts. Dip net in the near shore vegetated zone in water up to 1 meter deep. Sample close to the edge and into the vegetation. Avoid sampling near the bottle traps if possible. Before you take your first dip netting effort, put water in your collecting pans that sit underneath your screen. Place the screen over the trays so that its edges don't hang over the edge of the pans. This way, the critters go down into the water in the pans. Sample in the shallow emergent vegetation zone in water not deeper than 3 feet. Hold the long-handled dip net vertically, 1 hand near the net and 1 hand up on the handle, much like you would hold a canoe paddle. Using strong strokes, sweep the net through the water towards you about 3 to 5 times. Be sure to sample into the vegetation near shore. Dump all of the net contents onto the hardware cloth screen. Get everything out of the net. Spread the vegetation and loosen it. Do this periodically for up to 10 minutes. This allows the critters to get down into the water in the pans.
10 minutes. Okay, great.
After 10 minutes, remove the vegetation. You are now ready for the second dip netting effort. Move to a different shallow area and repeat the process. After spreading out the vegetation for 10 minutes, remove it and pour the water from the collecting pans through your sieve. Be sure to pour the contents over the large pan in case of spilling. Dislodge the leeches and snails that might attach to the pan. Backflush the sieve contents into your sample jar with 95% alcohol. Be sure to get any critters that are attached to the sieve walls. Use 2 jars if critters and debris occupy more than 1/3 of the jar volume. Once your sample and alcohol have been placed into the jar, be sure to label the jar properly. With a pencil or India ink, write the site name, date, type of sample, and number of jars on a heavy piece of cardstock or note card. Place a label inside the jar, then label the outside with tape.